You wake up before your alarm again. Not because you're motivated, not because you're excited, but because your nervous system already knows what today is. Another workday, another deposit, another disappearance of money. You earn more than your parents ever did. You have the apartment, the car, the subscriptions, the vacations. So why does it still feel tight? Why does doing well somehow feel like barely surviving? What if that feeling isn't random? What if it's engineered? Let me show you how the salary illusion really works. Meet Alex, 32 years old, makes $90,000 a year. Solid career, good reputation. On paper, successful. He gets paid twice a month, about $3,750 before taxes. Roughly $2,850 after taxes hits his account. For a brief moment, he feels powerful. Then the fragmentation begins. $1,400 rent, $600 car payment, insurance, gas, $450 groceries and eating out, $180 phone, internet, subscriptions, $220 utilities. Before Alex even decides what to do with his money, $2,850 has already been assigned. He has maybe $100 left for 2 weeks. Here's the genius of the system. It never feels like poverty. He has comfort, he has status, he has convenience, but he doesn't have freedom. This is the first trap. Income arrives in one number, but leaves in dozens of invisible streams. Your brain never experiences the full loss, so you never feel broke, just a little tight. Now it gets deeper. You were told study hard, get skills, get a stable job. So you did. Maybe you even took student loans. You land a $60,000 job. It feels like a breakthrough. Then something subtle happens. You upgrade, better apartment, nicer car, more dinners out, higher standards. Not because you're irresponsible, but because it feels like progress. Economists call it lifestyle inflation. I call it expanding the cage. You start at $60,000 living on $50,000. Then you make $90,000 and somehow live on $88,000. Then $120,000 and expenses magically rise to $118,000. Each raise feels like relief, but each raise increases the cost of maintaining your life. And now ask yourself, if you quit tomorrow, how long could you last? 1 month? 2? If the answer is less than 3 months, you're not secure, you're dependent. That's the second trap. Your lifestyle requires your paycheck, not your ambition, not your dreams, your paycheck. Let me tell you about someone I know, 6-figure earner, smart, talented. Every time he thought about starting his own business, he froze. Why? Mortgage, 2 car payments, private school tuition, vacations booked 6 months in advance. When he got a $25,000 raise, he celebrated. 3 months later, nothing changed. The stress was identical because income increased, but obligations increased faster. That's the hidden formula. Stress equals expenses minus margin. It doesn't matter if you make $40,000 or $400,000. If your margin is small, you're trapped. So, what's the shift? Stop asking, how do I earn more? Start asking, why does all my money disappear? Wealth is not income. Income is temporary. Wealth is stored freedom. A $150,000 salary with zero savings is dependence. $30,000 in investments that generate cash flow is leverage. The game changes when you widen the gap between what you earn and what you need. That gap is oxygen. Here's the practical shift. Lower fixed expenses below your comfort level. Automate investing before lifestyle upgrades. Build 3 to 6 months of runway. The moment you have real margin, something psychological happens. You negotiate differently. You think bigger. You take calculated risks. You stop working because you must and start working because you choose to. The salary system is sophisticated. It's comfortable. It's socially approved. But comfort is not freedom. And once you see that, you can't unsee it. So the real question is, are you building income Or are you building independence? If this perspective challenged the way you think about money, subscribe to the channel. We break down the psychology, the systems, and the strategies that turn income into real freedom.